Hey fourth graders, Mr. Bell here. Ready to do some art? Alright, let's go. Your next project is going to be about analogous colors. And analogous colors are groups of 3 or more colors used together on a piece of artwork. And those are colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. For instance, red is right next to red-orange, your tertiary color, which is right next to orange, a secondary color. So you have a primary color, tertiary color, secondary color, right next to each other, and it just keeps on going on. Next would be yellow-orange, another tertiary color, and then yellow, another primary color. So you want to group like colors together. And this up here is a warm analogous color scheme. And down here, you have a cool analogous color scheme. Blue, blue-green, and green. Just like you see on the color wheel. Blue, blue-green, and green. Now here's what you're going to do. This project is going to be an autumn project. So what you want to do is make a series of silhouettes of trees. First you want to draw 3 trees going across your paper. There's the tree trunks. And add a bunch of branches off the tree trunks. And yes, they're going to go into the other trees. They're going to go into each other. They're going to overlap each other. And that's fine. That's what you want it to do. They're all crisscrossed, all bunched together. And if you do this project just in crayon, then what you need to do is you need to do your analogous colors in crayon first. Instead of leaves, what you're making are colors inside the parts where the branches crisscross each other, where the sky would be. So this is like an abstract autumn tree picture. You're not drawing leaves here. You're filling the space with the fall colors that leaves would turn, and which are these analogous colors. So you have yellow-orange, yellow-orange, orange. You have red-orange. You'll find places to put all these colors in between the crisscrosses. And you have red. And you want to get all these spaces over here to any of the empty spaces, but not below the tree. Don't color the part below the tree. That is where your blue is going to go. Blue is going to go in these areas. You want to color it in, and you're going to use some green on the hill in the background. I'm just showing you the locations. You'll color them in a lot better than this. So you have your trees in the foreground. You have your green hills in the background. Regular old blue sky there. And up where the leaves would be, the spaces in between the branches will be your warm analogous color scheme. Okay? This is the project where you're just using crayon only. And the last thing you would do is, here's what it looks like when it's all finished being colored. Got your blue. Notice how I did a fade from pushed harder and then lighter as I got down here. So it's darker blue, medium blue, and a lighter blue. So that's a different value scheme. Like a value scale, only with blue. Darker, medium, medium light, and very light. And again, with the green also. Just don't push as hard with your crayon, and you'll be able to achieve those different values of greens and blues. But like I said, all these colors have to be colored in first. The last thing you want to color is the black. Okay, if you do black first and then add these colors, it's going to smear, right? You know this. So Always do the black last if you're using just crayon. I only have a little bit more to do. 2 more branches. The black will cover up the other colors. And this is the project 100% crayon. Alright. Now what I'm going to teach you today is, besides that, is how to do this in paints also. So you have a choice. You can do this project just in crayon because you might not have paints at home. If you don't have paints, I would suggest that you go to the dollar store or Ingles or somewhere and get a set of paints, because we'll be doing more painting projects this year. But if you don't have them yet, you can do this project just in crayon. Here's this project done with paint. Of course, the trees are crayon because you want it to have that textured look that a real tree would have. So it's best to do this in crayon. But everything else, all these analogous colors and the sky and the hills back here, they're done with paint. So let me show you how I made that. First thing you want to do is draw a tree in the middle. You can make them as straight as you want, or you can curve them a little bit. It's really up to you. I'm going to curve mine just slightly. And notice they're narrower up here and wider down here. Now some trees are, most trees are like that, but a lot of trees are the same width, very, very high up till you get to the top of the tree. But usually they narrow. It all depends. But I think this project looks better when they get narrower at the top. Then you add the branches. And I'm making these narrower as they go away from the tree trunk. I usually put 3 or 4 on each side. I come over to this side and I sort of do the same. They don't have to match up. They might be similar, but they don't have to match. And you can go into the other tree, which you actually want to do. Right. Then this one, and it might end at a branch. Might go past it, overlap it a little bit. Don't worry about those overlap parts. When these get colored black, you're not going to see where those overlap parts are. And this last one. Now you can have your branches really straight, or you might have them curvy. Depends on what you want your tree to look like. And I'm going to add a couple smaller branches coming off. Fill up the space a little bit. Up and down. These will get smaller as they go away from the branch also. Just gives you more spaces in between. Alright, what you're going to do next is you are going to color these all in. So get your crayon and start coloring the branches. Be careful you don't color in the empty spaces. We're just coloring the tree trunk and the branches, like this. And how dark you want to make it, it's up to you. I wouldn't make it too light though. Some people like to color the whole tree trunk first and then the branches afterwards. That's a preference thing. I'll show you when you color your branches in, when they overlap each other, you're just going to go right on top. You won't even see the pencil lines underneath there if you color hard enough. You just keep on going till you have all of the branches done. When you're finished, it'll look like this. And then it's time to start painting. And make sure you have a paper towel. so you can get any extra water off if you need to. Always drag your brush to get the extra water off. And I would start with the yellow first. And the crayon's very waxy, so it blocks out watercolor very well, so it's okay if you get on top of the branches a little bit. I'm going to do a little part here. I have to watch my time. If you want to make a yellow orange, well, get a little bit of yellow here. Wash your brush off. Get a little bit of orange. Mix the two together, and you'll have a yellow orange. Unless you have a set of paints that already has yellow orange. Wash your brush off. Go to just orange. You'll want to work across like this, but I'm trying to save time, so I'm just going to go down the middle here to give you an example. If you want to have red orange, you'll need to put some orange on there, add a little bit of red to make red orange. And wash your brush off, go into the red. If you want it darker, you're going to have to go over it several times. It's going to come out looking kind of pinkish at first. Go in there, add some more red. Keep adding red until it looks as dark as you want it. I'm going to add a little bit more red to this right here. Get this red orange a little redder. Alright, now when you do your sky, go into the blue, test it over here, and I usually paint the whole section first, like this. If you ever get a part that's too dark, you can dab it up with your paper towel, and to achieve that faded look, the value difference, like we did with the crayon on the other one, you can add more blue up here, get a little bit of water in your brush, and try to blend it together like this. So it kind of you get from dark to light. There we go. Fade it down. If you want to make it darker, just add more. Sometimes you have to wait for it to dry a little bit. Then add some more. And for the green, there's a little shine from the light on there. There we go. Wash my brush off. Go into the green. And get a bunch more green on there with less water. Put a little bit of water on there. Blend it together. There we go. When it's all finished, voila. All right, have a good time with this project. Can't wait to see these. All right, take your time. You'll do a great job. All right, see you later. Bye-bye.